Recently, my husband was asked to undergo a re-examination for his company's health checkup. I suppose this is what happens when you reach your late 40s. Maybe we need a comprehensive medical evaluation instead of just an annual checkup. John, my husband, has a chronic illness, which has always been a source of worry for me. I'm Lisa, and I've been married to John for 20 years. Our only daughter, Dana, turned 17 this year and is now applying to college. Despite the ups and downs we've faced over the past 2 decades, seeing our daughter grow up has been a great relief. I've managed to keep our family together while working part-time at a bakery near the train station. Because of my concerns about John's health, I've been careful about our meals, opting for low salt, low fat, and healthy ingredients in my cooking. I thought we still had our whole lives ahead of us, but John disregarded my feelings and acted foolishly. One evening, John came home early. "Why are you back so soon?" I asked. "I overate at lunch and now my stomach is upset," he replied, his tone unusually subdued. Given John's chronic illness, I considered taking him to the hospital. However, he insisted, "I'll be fine after a little sleep. Just let me rest." I decided to wait and see. 3 hours later, something seemed off. John was panting, struggling to breathe, and complaining of pain. "Are you okay?" I asked, concerned. I decided to take John to the hospital right away. He was laid on a bed in the treatment room, and a nurse came in. Surprisingly, she was heavily made up. "Are you all right? I'm going to take your blood pressure now." "How high was your fever?" she asked. "It was 99.3 degrees, John replied. 99.3, got it. The doctor will be here shortly." As she checked John's pulse, she asked, "Does it hurt anywhere?" Her eyes sparkled as she spoke, giving off an impression more akin to a cosplay performer than a nurse. Feeling uneasy, I was relieved when the primary physician arrived promptly. John was admitted for further testing, and soon, the doctor informed us of the results. Apparently, John was on the verge of developing a stomach ulcer and was sternly warned against overeating or excessive drinking. Just as I had feared, his body was crying out in distress. When John had calmed down and his pain had eased, some of his coworkers came to visit him in the hospital. I quickly went to a nearby store to get some drinks for them. As I returned to his room, I heard laughter. Although I had only seen his male colleagues visit him, I now heard a woman's voice. Listening more closely, I realized it was the same nurse from before. "We should go camping. It's great to clear your head and breathe in the mountain air." "Let's all go together, boss. I can borrow my dad's car." I heard that camping empty-handed is a trend now, another coworker chimed in. "That's right, it's called glamping," the nurse replied. "They provide everything from food to equipment. I'll come along, and it would be great rehab for you." "That sounds great. Let's go after I get discharged," John said. "You're quick to make decisions." "Way to go, boss," one of his coworkers responded. "What are you talking about? I see everyone loves you," the nurse added with a smile. I was taken aback. The idea of a patient and a nurse planning a camping trip while he's still hospitalized was shocking. My husband was clearly in the wrong, but I couldn't fathom what the nurse was thinking. Despite being strictly warned against binge eating and drinking, he was ready to go camping. Unbelievable. Pretending not to hear, I entered the room and handed drinks to his colleagues. A few days later, John was discharged. He had fallen in love with the young nurse during his stay. I had suspected as much, so I wasn't surprised. "You leave this house," I told him firmly. "With my pleasure, but don't call me even if anything happens later," John retorted. I gladly granted his wish for a divorce. Taking Dana with me, I left the house, but Dana seemed upset. "What's this all about, telling us to leave without any notice? What is that grown man even thinking?" "Well, he's always been like this, but I do feel somewhat relieved." "No way. I'm not forgiving him. He used you like a housemaid, cheated on you, and now wants a divorce. We can't let this slide. Let's get back at him." "It's okay. There's no need for that. He'll see his own hell very soon," I reassured her. "Huh? Mom, have you already planned something?" Dana asked. "Not exactly," I replied. "I don't think of him as my father anymore, and I'll never see him again. He really gives me the creeps. What's with that man? Pisses me off," Dana continued angrily. "I'm sorry it has to come to this. But you know, Dana, the only thing I'm grateful to your father for is you. I'm so glad that you came into my life," I said softly. Mom, you don't need to be grateful for that. He's the absolute worst, and he deserves to go to hell. I despise him so much, Dana declared vehemently. Half a month after the divorce, I received a phone call just as I arrived at my bakery for work. It was Anna, the nurse my ex-husband had cheated on me with. She wanted to meet after work, claiming she had something important to discuss. Reluctantly, I agreed to meet her. When I arrived at the cafe where we had arranged to meet, Anna was there in a flashy outfit. Hey, don't play games with me today. Do you know why I had to come and meet you? Anna began sharply. Well, you haven't said anything yet, so I'm not sure, I replied cautiously. Stop acting dumb. You left after the divorce, but why are you selling the house now? You can't do this. Take down the sale immediately, Anna demanded. I think there's been a misunderstanding. I was the one who bought that house. Oh, did John not tell you anything? I responded calmly. Huh? What do you mean? Anna asked, clearly taken aback. Oh yeah, he never shares anything that'll make him look bad, I explained. Before we got married, my parents died in an accident, and I received an inheritance. I used that money to buy that house. Therefore, it's not part of the marital assets, and it's mine. Ah, so you mean John doesn't own a house? Anna queried. That's correct. I doubt he mentioned he owned the house to you. I don't think it's possible for him to buy a house at his age. So we're going to be living in a rental forever? I didn't know. He said he was going to sell the house and buy a high-rise condo. He lied to me. Well then, he's nothing but a broke old man. I sympathize with you, but you're married, aren't you? And you even have a child. I'm going to hold you accountable for this. I have filed a claim for damages. I believe your husband will be filing for damages soon as well, Anna declared firmly. Huh? My husband knows about this? I asked, stunned. Of course he does. Cheaters always get exposed in the end. He mentioned claiming child support and damages to hold you accountable, Anna replied matter-of-factly. What? What do I do now? I exclaimed, feeling overwhelmed. Anna's plan seemed to have backfired, leaving her deeply bewildered and uncertain. Although I didn't reveal this earlier, following my lawyer's advice, I sent a certified letter to my husband's company detailing his affair. The company adhered to a philosophy that valued family stability, believing a man who couldn't protect his own family couldn't safeguard their business either. Those with peaceful family lives were prioritized for promotion. If they learned his affair led to a divorce, it would derail his promotion prospects. He had worked tirelessly to build a stellar reputation, so this revelation would be a devastating setback, potentially ruining everything he had strived for. What's more, the director of the hospital where Anna works happens to be Anna's father-in-law, a prominent figure in the medical community known for his intolerance of dishonesty. Given his principles, it seems inevitable that her divorce will proceed. Apparently, Anna had always been determined to marry a doctor, which is why she pursued a career as a nurse. Once she achieved her goal, her focus shifted solely to her own happiness, leading to her affair. She had married a doctor and fulfilled her dream, only to destroy it all through infidelity. It's baffling why she chose to jeopardize everything she had worked so hard for. I had become aware of Anna and my husband's affair during the time he was hospitalized. The day he was admitted, I unexpectedly met Tina, an old friend, in the hospital hallway. It was a pleasant surprise seeing her there, and after so long, we caught up over dinner. During our conversation, Tina disclosed Anna's scandalous affairs, which left me shocked. However, I initially dismissed any concern about her involvement with my husband, considering his age of 47. I couldn't fathom him having an affair at this stage in life. Yet 2 days later, Tina dropped the bombshell that their relationship had already begun. Tina's revelations prepared me for the worst. So when my husband eventually asked me to leave, I felt that the time had come. I agreed to the divorce without hesitation, thanks to Tina's insights. The only thing that could secure from a man with no assets, no cash, nothing was alimony. Determined to start afresh, I sold my house for more than expected and could afford a new condo. I felt rejuvenated and content with my new life alongside Dana. Then Anna called. I'm in trouble. Please help me. I can't stand not having everything I want. That's why I pursued John, but I never planned to leave my husband. I finally landed my coveted doctor. So what? I failed to see how that justifies an affair. You know how tempting things can get sometimes, right? My husband was always studying to become a doctor, so he didn't know how to have fun and was boring. When I met John, who knew how to enjoy himself and was dependable, I couldn't resist having a little fun with him. I'm sorry, but I need you to talk to my husband. If it's money you want, I'll pay you whatever you need. Huh? Why would I talk to your husband? I asked, puzzled. Please tell my husband that there's nothing between John and me. Let him know that John was the one who flirted with me and I did nothing wrong. I'll pretend I was just troubled by it all. Please help me out. Can you do something for me? What on earth are you talking about? My husband is adamant about divorcing me, but I don't want it to end this way. I'll give John up, so please help me. I'll pay you generously if you do. Please, I need your help, Anna pleaded desperately. Anna's distress amused me inwardly. She thought she had stolen my husband, but in the end, I had taken away her peace of mind. Later that night, I received a call from my husband. You, what the hell have you done? Selling the house and demanding compensation. You've gone too far. Didn't Anna tell you? My husband asked abruptly. What? Why are you bringing her into this? I responded, puzzled. I met with Anna today after she contacted me, he explained. What? I exclaimed, taken aback. I have every right to do as I please with the house since I'm the one who bought it, he asserted. You don't need to be so angry. If we lose that house, I'll have nowhere to go, I pleaded. We're divorced now, so we're not family anymore, right? He replied coldly. We were married for over 20 years. Who was the one who betrayed their partner and cheated? I've already told you not to contact me unless it's urgent because I don't care, I retorted. Stop with the excuses. Cancel the sale of the house immediately, he demanded. I'll end this call if that's all you have to say. It's not my concern anymore, I replied calmly. You? How dare you? Fine, Anna is a nurse so she has a good salary and she's much younger than you. Women like you are worthless anyway, he snapped. Well, that's unfortunate, but Anna called you a broke loser too, I shot back. What? What? Don't you dare repeat that, and tell Anna she better watch her mouth. I filed for compensation from both of them, I declared. After speaking with Anna's husband, who like me was also a victim, it became clear he had noticed and was preparing for divorce. Their mutual betrayal, rooted in infidelity and financial gain, ensured their relationship was doomed from the start. Despite understanding this from the outset, neither Anna's husband nor I took action, content to watch these two villains unravel each other. Yet, I remained astounded by their relentless determination. Meanwhile, my ex-husband John persistently called Dana. The phone rang incessantly until Dana finally answered. Stop calling me over and over, she demanded sharply. You finally answered, Dana. Are you alright? How's school? Are you eating well? How are college applications going? John's questions were unusually concerned, things he had never asked before. Dana put the phone on speaker so I could listen in. Stop bothering me, Dana replied bluntly. That's not how you should talk to your dad, John insisted. Huh? You're not my dad. You abandoned me, remember? Dana retorted sharply. What are you talking about? I didn't abandon you, Dana. Let me guess, your mom told you that, didn't she? John responded defensively. I'm almost 18 now. I know exactly what's going on, Dana asserted firmly. Dana, let's live together again. Life without you is lonely, John pleaded. Have you lost your mind? What are you saying? You're the one who cheated on my mom and left us. I'm not calling someone like you my dad. I'll never forgive you. We're not family anymore, so stop calling, Dana replied with anger in her voice. Dana, are you going to abandon your dad? John questioned desperately. How many times do I have to tell you? You're the one who abandoned us. Don't call me just because your mistress dumped you. You've always been like this. It was so hard to watch Mom suffer. You're so self-centered. All you care about is yourself and nothing else. I'm so fed up with you, Dana retorted, her frustration palpable. Please don't say that. I need your help. I'm all alone now. If you forgive me, your mom will too. Your mom should just come back. Her pride is keeping her away. She can't live without me. Dana, please help your mom come back. Please, John pleaded desperately. Dana, stop it. Mom has finally started to smile again. She's happy now that she's free from you. Don't twist things around. I'm blocking you, Dana replied firmly. Dana, wait, Dana. Dana was so furious her face turned beet red. She defended me with all her strength. I could feel my daughter's maturity. It was clear Dana had grown into a young adult. Once Dana starts college and begins her career, my life as a single woman will begin. It might get lonely at times, but I believe I'll find happiness. I am confident that my decision was the right one. Later, Dana was accepted into her first choice college, and we both shed tears of joy. I was simply thrilled to see Dana's hard work pay off. Naturally, we didn't inform John about any of this. Rumors circulated that John resigned from his job voluntarily. Perhaps staying on had become pointless. Anna, on the other hand, reportedly divorced and relocated to another hospital to meet her financial obligations for alimony and child support, cutting ties with John in the process. However, her tenure there was short-lived due to allegations of flirting with male patients. It was clear that Anna had no interest in John, especially now that he was financially unstable. With John out of work, I have no clue what he's up to these days. Thanks to Anna's husband, I was offered an office job at the hospital, and now I work there full-time. My life has stabilized, and I'm able to afford my daughter's college tuition. Soon, Dana will start her own family. I sincerely pray that Dana finds a loving and sincere man to marry.